Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to more NECC esports action. We've got more Rocket League here for you. I'm still Lars Newt, unfortunately for you, but fortunately enough for you, you get to be joined by, or I get to be joined, we get to be joined by the man himself, Foof. Foof, Northern Kentucky versus Fresno State Blue in the West Champions Division. Thoughts, questions, concerns, comments, hopes, and/or dreams.
I'm going to answer this again. I have all of those and more, but I can't get them all out at once. You know, you can't answer that question as beautifully and eloquently as you can ask it. But hey, Lars, we had no implications last game. We have one implication this game. This is actually very important here for NKU esports. And then Fresno State, it's trying to finish the season on a high note. So half of a good implication. So, you know, we're getting the steps, right?
Yeah, it's little victories, right? Fresno State Blue is currently 1-7 is probably the kindest way to put it. They are currently 1-7 on the season. They took down Montana. No, they lost to Montana. Why am I Lincoln Land? They took down Lincoln Land in week number 1. It's bolded on the sheet. I don't know why I struggle to see these things, but they've already lost to this NKU team. They dropped 3-1 in that following week after winning. Wow, they beat Bethel, not Lincoln Land. Oh my goodness. Foof, bail me out. Throw me a life preserver. Save me from my flounder in the water here.
All that really matters here is Fresno State Bulldogs have had a rough go of it. And the back half of their season has not been any more favorable. They are 0-4 in the past 4 weeks. And so now it's up to them. Their last chance to throw it out, their last time to get on the pitch. Lars, my goal for them is to make this Bulldog squad, to make the NKU esports play 5 games. That is a big win because you get the chance to get more film. You get the chance to get more exposure and get more practice on this stage. And no, this isn't for this season, but this is for building on in that off season and transitioning for that next split. So this is very important for them. Now,
to be fair, this is also the West Champions Division, which is the highest division. I would like to take a real quick look at that leaderboard as suggested, and we can see where all of these teams sit right now. You've got University of Montana, like we said, locked into 6th with Huntsville locked in to 1st. But Northern Kentucky looking to move up in the world, and Fresno State, as we said, they are locked into 7th.
Well, so the important thing here, Lars, is that NKU, they cannot get second because Boise State locked that in earlier tonight, an absolute banger of a series against Alabama Crimson. But they have the tiebreaker there over Lincoln Land. So if they get the win here, they pull themselves up to 3rd. That's a pretty big jump there, and they're not worrying about playing away here in those kind of middling games in the first round of the playoffs. So very good stuff for them. They are very excited.
Yeah, this is an important implication for Northern Kentucky, and I admittedly have high hopes for Northern Kentucky as time goes forward. If the records are anything to go by, Northern Kentucky should be able to take this one with a W. 5-3 on the season. It's a good record, especially going up against Fresno State Blue. But kind of to my point earlier, Fresno State Blue, this is West Champions. This is some high level of Rocket League. We're going to see how they bring it. Game number 1, 5 minutes on the clock. Let's get ready to rumble.
We always like to see it. We have Gradster, JF Machine, and Rule here coming out from NKU Esports. And a quick shot here from Rule. Man, he can't get there in time, and I can't even get the starting rosters out here. And all of a sudden, NKU Esports hop out early.
Well, there it is in the blue. Northern Kentucky University Rule, JF Machine, and Gradster versus FSU's Hiania, Manny, and Adrian. Had a lot of fun watching FSU before, and lots of fun in calling their games. But JF Machine determined to not make this the most fun match that they have ever had, as they score twice now in 9 seconds.
I mean, I expected a quick start here from NKU Esports. This is a very important game for them. I didn't expect 2 goals in 9 seconds. Let's see if it continues. This is an absolute breakneck pace here is now Manny and Gradster here. Hiania, the soft touchdown. I like the look here, but once again, Lars, you say you like the look, but you have to be feeling good at the same time. They can't get it to go here. Manny, a solid 50. Gradster, a little bit too aggressive.
It's a bold defensive play. It's a control play. It's calculated, as we've talked about before, Foof. We are either calculated or it's server lag and nothing in between. They absolutely intended to put off the corner. They're trying to throw off this NKU team. Easy. It's absolutely to the plan.
That's a bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see if it plays out. That was the thinking there as he threw it off his own backboard, got the double commit there, and Manny and company not able to do anything going here. NKU Esports out in front right now, 2-0, and the game has finally just kind of slowed down. Rule putting it in his own corner. Machine now trying to find something here. The soft flip off the wall is not. Adrian tries to put it on quickly, but can't find it. Manny throwing it midfield. Adrian, though, gets bumped. The physicality here coming up from NKU Esports on the defensive half. You like to see it here. JF Machine with a chance.
Oh,
excuse me.
Great pressure. We finally get some pressure out of FSU, but it's back and forth now. And our scrambling through the corners, a bit of a scrum. I like to see FSU get in front of NKU's net, but it took all three players just to get that shooting lane open, and it just doesn't leave anybody left to actually take the shot.
Manny had a chance there, but unable to connect this time. Is Adrian now in the corner, trying to get up, low boost, nice pinch. Now it's up high, waiting for it to fall here is Manny. Gradster, a little bit of a miss there. Hyaenia waiting for it here. Tactical plays coming out from both sides is JF Machine. A little bit of a touch there, trying to get on the wall, but Adrian denies this one quickly. Now it's up to Gradster. Adrian, Manny's just going to score.
Well, I think if you are NKU, this is the server lag. It was calculated on the side of Adrian. They knew that clear was coming. They thought that, hey, they know I'm going to try to play this one high, so they're going to go high, so I'm not going to play it high. I'm going to jump over the top of the ball, let it roll out in front of the middle, and Manny makes it happen, cuts that lead in half. FSU finds a way to keep themselves in this game despite that wicked quick start out of Northern Kentucky.
Yeah, but Bulldogs a little bit slow to wake up, but they are waking up here, Lars, as they get back within one here just over halftime. Rule trying to put the pressure back on, but Banani very quickly denying that one. Hyaenia, slow play here, a little bit too overzealous in the corner, so now it's up to JF Machine and Rule to deny this one. Manny up, soft touch there, saving that flip timely. Now it's up to JF Machine, sneaks it past one. Hyaenia, giving that up to Adrian behind him. Now it's up to Hyaenia on the side wall there, once again getting a little bit too far underneath the ball. Got to just kind of slow it down there, getting a little bit too overzealous, a little bit too excited there, jumping off the ceiling is Manny. A nice touch there, coming back down off the crossbar. No one's going to follow it up for the Bulldogs. It's turned away, but just... Okay, Hyena get this one. No, he don't. Oh my goodness. Now Gradser off the backboard, slowing it down, falling it again in front of their own net. Manny now trying to put some pressure on Adrian off the backboard. It's turned away again. Adrian pushing it back on him and Hyena trying to find something in the corner. Gradser thankfully just kind of getting us off of this side, even if it's just only for a moment's respite.
I don't believe the game that we're watching right now with this score line. With the amount of pressure FSU has had over the last 90 seconds or so, the fact that not only do they only have one goal, but they're also losing, it's unbelievable. They brought so many opportunities right there in front of Northern Kentucky's net. They just couldn't find a way to make it happen. Hyaenia scrambles, misses the touch. Gradster puts the one on net. And now 3-1. Finally, a defensive mistouch is punished.
Well, Hyaenia a little bit too overzealous there on the flip and kind of just gets in front of the ball. Gradster doing a beautiful job of seeing that, recognizing it. Sometimes you never expect those, Lars, until you be playing for the next play. A beautiful job of taking advantage of it, and they top out to a 2-goal lead here in game one. No way that goes in. Okay, Hyaenia tries to find it. We talked about the defensive miscues that have not been punished. Another one there going by the wayside as the Bulldogs unable to capitalize here, as now Hyaenia putting it off the backboard, but Gradster denies this one quickly. JF Machine and Rule now a little bit quick, 2-1, 1-2, and it's going to be a goal here. JF Machine getting the playmaker for their troubles.
Wow, JF Machine sends this one up, and Rule very quickly reads it, takes advantage of a little bit of a lack of recognition of momentum swing here on the side of FSU, and a very different game than we saw in that last series. That last series, we saw UAH and we saw Montana play just a beautiful game of Rocket League. Not a lot of mistakes or errors defensively. As Hyaenia off the ceiling. Speaking of mistakes and errors, this is the story right here. Most of these goals are off of defensive errors. We've seen a lot of them.
Well, that was a heck of a pinch there off the ceiling. Rule had to do everything they could to dig it out, but not able to get it to go. And now back within two is this Bulldog squad, and so they're trying to fight, claw, anything they can do to get back in it here, Lars.
Oh boy, at this point, You got to find a way to punish. You've done a good job getting that ball in front of the net, but you have to find a way to finish it, punish these opportunities as they open up. And so far, we just haven't seen them find a way to capitalize on the admittedly many opportunities they've had. Big demo from Adrian to open this one up.
Manny's unable to find it, though.
As well.
You try to get the pressure there. You talk about the physicality. We talk about it all last series, and I was ready for it. We thought it was going to connect there. You and I both did. We were ready for it, but turned away again here. Fresno State has to get something going here. Adrian not able to find it on the wall, just a little bit too far for them as Gradster puts it out midfield looking for JF Machine. This ball's going to bounce around, and that's going to be too many seconds, not enough time. And it's NKU taking game one, and that is exactly what they needed to start this series off.
Yeah, it's a good start. It was a quick start with those first 2 goals. It got a little rocky in the middle there. Excuse me. FSU did a great job of finding a way to bring pressure downfield. They did a good job of getting aggressive in the offensive zone, getting lots of opportunities in front of the net, but they fell short in capitalizing on those opportunities. They get a couple of goals. Hiania took one, or Manny, I think it was, off the ceiling and bounced down, and Rule just wasn't able to find the touch to send it clear. The story of the match so far, defensive errors. Back and forth. We're seeing them on both sides of the field. It's just who could take advantage of it better at this point.
Well, I think it is defensive errors and it's offensive miscues of not finishing, Lars. We talked about it. Both teams had setups. There's a ton of shots there and a lot of goals that were just left on the pitch. There were 3 saves on that entire field, Lars. And there was 8 shots, 9 shots on one team, 5 on the other. That math doesn't exactly even out.
Yeah, this is very different than we saw in that last series. Last series was heavyweights, pro boxers slugging it out. This series is a Golden Gloves match, and which is not to rag on these players. They're obviously very solid players. I just think this is an off day for both of these teams. I think both of these teams are having an off day. I think they're both struggling a little bit to find themselves because they're not seeing the level of play that we know both of them are capable of right now. They're struggling a little bit in the rotations and the aggression, but they just can't quite find that last touch.
Well, I think the thing is maybe we're looking at a little bit of a perfect storm here, Lars. Sometimes you have teams match up in like very good ways, and you pull one team pulling the best out of the other team. Maybe these guys just mesh up in a wrong way, you know? Their greatness overlaps each other and their bads mesh well with each other. And so we're just kind of watching these teams not understanding how to adapt. The normal ways that they adapt, they're both adapting to it differently. And then it changes. And then it's just like, how do you find that midway point of just calming it down? Let's get these high intensities, these high consistency touches and look for those. I don't want to say normal plays, but high percentage, should I say?
Yeah, I think that's a better way of putting it. I think you're exactly right. I think that first part of of what you're saying here is how do we find a way to calm this down? By doing exactly that. Let's calm down, take a deep breath. Let's slow it down a little bit. Let's really focus on our positioning, our chemistry, our communication, and our basic mechanics, and set up to be able to then build off that, then ratchet that pace back up, get into those mechanical plays. Because again, we know both of these teams are very, very capable teams with great players. They're just not playing their best right now. I have absolute faith in every single player on this field that they could put on a fabulous, fabulous show. Right now, it's going to start with getting consistent.
Well, I got to say, right now, it's also going to be getting everyone in the lobby. We've had some epic issues on the updates, so that would be the most important thing here for me, Lars. And so I'm really looking forward to, can NKU Esports find a way to kind of make this their statement win as they try to secure that 3rd place? And FSU, like I said, my goal for this team, for this Bulldog squad, is to force a Game 5. Make them play all 5 and make them sweat.
Yeah, I would love to see this. As we continue forward, I would love to see these teams really find their groove and settle in. And if we go to Game 5, it gives plenty of time for that, and it gives us plenty of time to watch some awesome Rocket League action here in the West Champions Division of NECC. Technical issues aside, we are now on the field. Game number 2 underway as NKU looks to advance their position going into playoffs, and FSU looks to cap their season on a high note.
Well, now Manny here trying to get a quick shot here in the Aqua Dome as now JF Machine A little bit overzealous there as Rule's able to pick it up for him as Adrian waits for it on the backboard. A quick play there. Manny now one to beat, flicking early with that dominance. A nice touch there, but it's denied by Gradster. Rule now got to get a play here going quickly, but he's beat in that corner. You like to see it here from Hyanea. JF Machine so quick there to contest that, but not able to find the ball. Now Manny in the corner, can't get it to go. It's up to Rule here. Going to grab the boost. A little bit greedy there. Manny's waiting for it, and that's going to be a quick opportunity taken by FSU.
This is what we asked for out of FSU. Manny makes the rotation across the front of the net. You get a triple commit into the corner out of Northern Kentucky. Draws that entire team away, and Manny with a great awareness to cut back on that one and finish it off. We see FSU take the advantage here in game number 2.
Well, now Gradster trying to answer back quickly as JF Machine gets a nice touch in the corner here. Now it's up to Manny, flipping the field. No, JF Machine pushing it beautifully again. Adrian trying to dud it on the wall. Hyanea keeping that pressure on FSU, trying to protect this lead, but a little bit more offense. Rule now pushing it off the backboard. Have to be careful here as Hyanea throws it high. Adrian waiting for it here. Gradster throws it up, looking around. Now JF Machine trying to find the touch here, not able to get it going here. Ball off the wall is Manny. Rule passing it down to Gradster. Quick shot here from them, but too high off the backboard. Rule now waiting for something here, and just it feels like a game 1 jitters again here, Lars.
Well, we needed a little bit of a reset, and we did get a little bit of a reset. We had a little bit of an extended intermission here for these teams to step away from each other, find some time to reset themselves mentally, and that means we may be seeing a little bit of another feeling each other out period as they come back into this one, ready to establish. That's a beautiful pass out, touched away by Manning. The pressure continues, but it's dangerous to see NKU looking for these pass plays. Doesn't matter with the solo Gradster off the wall.
A great job there. JF Machine throwing it on that, is kind of pushing a threatening ball up there, and the mistouch, the defensive miscues coming again, and Gradster taking advantage of it and equalizing this game back up and putting NKU Esports back on the board.
NKU ties this one up. I think one of the big things FSU can do to win a series here is to get a lead, extend it, and hold on to it. And this is not what they need to be seeing right now. There's another shooting opportunity touched away by Manny. They had that lead. They did a great job holding it for a while. Those about a minute and a half. But unfortunately, it is now tied back up, and they need to find a way to reclaim control of game number 2.
To throw it back there, Lars, a minute and a half is forever compared to that 3-second lead we saw earlier tonight. And now Rule and company trying to find a way to get a lead of their own here. JF Machine, nice control here. Adrian trying to get something to it. JF Machine pushing it up. A nice touch here, throwing it off the backboard. Hyanea, though, out to Manny. Got a good touch there from Gradster, though. Adrian waiting for it, flipping the field. JF Machine up, getting the save. Waiting for it in the corner here as Adrian pushes it back down. Hyanea and Manny combining there for the shot, but not able to get it through this time. Gradster trying to get it past Adrian, but a nice touch there. Now it's a 3-on-2 here. Adrian trying to keep it going, waiting for it in the corner. A little bit too overzealous, runs past it. JF Machine, 2-on-2 opportunity. Gradster looking for the quick shot, can't get it to go here. No third player, and that's going to be turned away.
NKU has done a good job of using the entire field so far in this game. There's an opportunity. Adrian off the crossbar. Can't quite find it, and that is something that they need to get under control. Team bump here. JF Machine into Rule. Looks like Rule is having a little bit of a disconnect. FSU, now is the time. Gas on. You've accomplished the rope-a-dope. Now throw those big haymakers and end this fight in round 2.
You got to say it, Lars. You're getting them all out while you can. You're trying to go for that knockout blow as now Gradster has to get the ball off of Manning. A nice job here, and we're going to see who's been playing this twos grind. As now Hyanea trying to get a touch here as Rule loses connection. Things you hate to see, but it's a tie ball game. We're a little bit too far in to probably do anything about it now. Gradster with a nice 50. They're denying it here. Still 1-1 here with just under a minute and a half left. Adrian trying to flip the field. What I want to see FSU is take advantage of their one-man guy. And Rule's back. He's back in time. By God, is that him with a steel chair, Lars?
We're mixing sports. We got to be careful with that.
Well, it might not matter,
I come
man.
from the world of real fighting, actually.
Hey, man.
To be completely derailed for a second, I appreciate wrestling for what it is, but real fighting, it is not. Adrian fighting to get this ball downfield, doesn't quite find the touch, and Manny trying to continue. JF Machine with just out of the net. Here's the Rule, just off the post. Oh my goodness, it's going to go back. It's off the crossbar. Oh, gold. Oh, what a heartbreaker for Manny.
What? JF Machine collecting the gift from Manny. The quick, what should have been a goal from JF Machine earlier, but you know what? They'll take it. They're up 2-1. NKU Esports back on top here, trying to put away game 2.
Oh, no. Oh, no. Manny trips over their own feet and the goal line's bar down, and it's in to the net. Now with less than 20 seconds remain, they need one more to tie this up, and it looks like we're going to see the pressure continue to build, but not in their favor. Finally cleared away by Manny as we get down to the last 5 seconds of this matchup. They need the overtime to stay off of match point. Here it is, Hiania with the shot off the backboard.
Hiania, you do it again and again. Fresno State will not go away. FSU Bulldogs come knocking, and finally kick down the door. And Lars, there's only 2 ticks left in regulation.
FSU will not go quietly into the night on this game. They are going to continue to slug away and bring pressure downfield. I would expect this one to go to overtime, and there it is. We have overtime in game number 2.
I'm just hoping this doesn't end with another own goal. We saw a beautiful overtime in that way, and so now it's up to Gradster. A nice touchdown as Hiania denies that one quickly. Early opportunity here for NKU Esports. Now Rule, a nice redirect attempt, but too much of that Octane made connection, so it went high. Adrian throwing it back to midfield, but waiting for it is Rule. He's got JF Machine midfield. A quick turnaround. This might be all the way home. 24 seconds. Manny puts it away, and FSU takes one off of him.
Wow, what a way for this to end here in game number 2. As you can see, mouth agape, Manny all the way from the parking lot finds a way to score. FSU ties up the series. Wow. They're
at least going to 4, Lars. They are 1 away from doing what I asked from them. A great job. Hiania, Manny, and Adrian coming out doing everything their own way. Adrian with just 3 big assists, 2 goals from Manny, and 5 saves from Hiania.
Adrian on the assist. And how fitting. Adrian.
Call back to you and Leachy's run last week, right?
Adrian with assist.
Beautiful job there. And they're doing what we asked of them. They're setting the tempo. They're finding ways to score that are unoriginal and out of the box. The best way I can describe an own goal. And they take advantage of it. And then Hiania coming in 2 seconds left to force that OT. I'm still surprised. That was amazing.
Well, it's a great way to pressure the net. You know I love to see shots like that where you are able to just blast that back wall, take advantage of it, get those reads off the back wall, draws the defense out of the net. It puts them in an awkward position, and Hiania does a great job finishing it off as we attempt to get into game number 3 here. Like you said, we will see at least 4. So this matchup, man, it has been so very fun, and we get to see at least 2 more games. Man, if we don't get a game 5, that is a crying shame. Though I may be crying before that. Just tears of joy with what we've had to work with here so far.
Well, it's your boxing metaphors, man. We're getting into the later rounds. You know, these guys are getting tired, and so once you get tired, you start to have to either rely on technique or habit here, Lars. And so now you wonder, whose technique's going to shine and who's going to show those bad habits, and how can you take advantage of it?
Oh, well, it all comes back to that word, consistency. Consistency. I will consistently say consistency. And we haven't really seen that out of either team so far. And that really, to me, what that means is we just get to be continuously surprised by the outcome of these games one way or another. It just comes down to that last second, that last moment to see who gets the victory. And that is the best way to watch Rocket League. As a player, that's the worst way to play Rocket League. It just wears on your nerves. It is nerve-wracking. You just get tired and beaten down because you just don't know until the very last second ticks off the clock. Thank you. Just thank you for putting me in this position.
Lars, there's a question I have to ask you.
Okay, ask
Can
away.
you be consistently inconsistent?
Yes.
Does that count?
That is its own form of consistency. That is, if you are always different, good or bad, you are consistently bringing something new to the table. Consistently entertaining is the word I'm going to go with for that. And I think that's fitting. I've been entertained. I'm sure you've been entertained. I hope everybody else has been entertained.
I have had a smile on my face this entire time.
Oh, it's been great. My jaw hurts all the way through here. And that,
Hey.
I could probably think of a few reasons why that is, but this is definitely one of them.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
Well, see, Lars, I got to say, I think this is controlled chaos. It's as my good ex-teammate once said, Steve-O goes into voice comms, I don't know what I'm doing, so there's no way they can know what I'm doing, as he's driving up behind our backboard and hitting me into the ball. And so that's what I think we're going to see here in Game 4, and we're going to see who steps out. So I'm kind of excited. Hopefully, Rule had to restart the PC. Hopefully, everything's good on their end, so I'm very excited these guys going here.
Yeah, we've seen Rule have some issues with the game, controller disconnects, that kind of thing going forward. And that has undoubtedly allowed FSU to get a little bit of breathing room. I'm not going to say that they took it and ran with it, but they got a little bit of breathing room. They were able to control the ball a little bit better. They were able to sit and settle mid-game, and I think that has worked out well for them. Now, with a little bit of a extended intermission yet again, be interested to see if that continues to be to their favor.
I've never seen a TV timeout in Rocket League before. This is strange right now, but Hyania in the corner. You got to be careful here as the ball kind of bounces around. JF Machine. A lot of these players just on this left wall here is Gradster, the pass back. You like to see it. Manny now trying to find something. A quick shot out, only caught by Hyania right now. Gradster waiting at midfield, throwing it to Rule. Once again, the straight line offense might be a little bit too OP. The crack shot back post. JF Machine, you're kidding me.
Again, we see this NKU team able to get this one out to an early lead. That's a beautiful pass from Rule. Great awareness, ability to put their car in the right place at the right time. JF Machine peppers that back wall. We talked about it again and again and again. Gets a response out of the defense and then cuts it all the way across to that far post and is able to slam that one home.
Beautiful job and just realizing the overcommitments from the goalie. And hey, you're near post. That means there's no one back home in the back post. And so JF Machine takes advantage of it. Hyania now up high, trying to find something, but not able to get it this time. Adrian, though, going for it, but a great save by Gradster coming back down. Manny now trying to find some more here for the Bulldogs. Another press off the backboard. Hyania beat by Rule there. Rule now trying to get out and get some breathing room. Hyania caught back in transition. A nice touch there to JF Machine, who's looking towards that net. Had a chance, but wide right is that answer this time.
Something that we didn't mention earlier, but I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, but this NKU team typically likes to cycle players, and that's not something we've seen in this series. This may be the first time they've ever played through an entire series with the same players. Adrian with the solo play all the way down the field.
Just a great job of realizing the mistouch there by JF Machine. Gradster, ball cam off, boost cam on there, Lars, and that means an easy goal here for the Bulldogs, and they tie this one back up.
At least we know Gradster's priorities are in the right place, because I know, obviously, boost over ball. Oh, how are you supposed to play with no boost? Come on, you can't clip with no boost. Rule off the wall, tries to send this one back down, and as much as we like to joke, it's something that it happens. It happens, and Adrian does a great job of recognizing out-of-position players and taking advantage of it.
Again, it was just a mistouch there by the teammate. They expected JF Machine not to get the touch there, and it pushed it back. So it was just a great job of, the defensive miscues we talked about. So now JF Machine trying to create one of their own here, as now NKU Esports on the offensive end. But Manny denies that with a big 50. Adrian getting the demo. Now Rule in the corner in a little bit of an awkward spot. Another demo here from Manny. The physicality starting to come out here, as now FSU, the Bulldogs, trying to just kind of have their weight around, get something going here as they want to take two in a row.
It would be a great momentum builder, especially as they look to take this series and, like we said, finish this on a high note. Play a little bit of spoiler here for NKU. But to get that to happen, they need to get that ball clear of the shooting lane. JF Machine finds a way to take that ball out of the shooting lane by putting it in the back of the net.
That's just a great touch by Rule. The double commit there with Gradster is not something you want to see. And then you see the third person being up, Lars, and you start to creep your hands onto your head. But that was just pure adrenaline and pure confidence there from JF Machine. They said, I know I'm putting that in. And Gradster, no! pain.
We talked about it. Rule looking for an opportunity here. It's calculated or it's server lag.
Pain! Rule, finish it, please. Oh no, but Adrian gets a big save on this side. Rule and company, what should have been a quick turnaround. You've got to be kidding me right now. Gradster throwing it out, pushing it back towards his teammate, JF Machine. Lars, my heart can't handle it.
I feel the pain in my bones as I watch that happen because I can relate. And as they should have been able to extend this lead out, it allows FSU to keep this within 1 goal. We know they can take this back. We've seen them do it with 2 seconds on the clock. The team bump takes away that follow-through opportunity, but Hyannia with a demo to try to open this one back up. This play back and forth. Good opportunities both ways, but it comes down. It comes down to NKU. NKU makes a defensive stand on both ends of the field.
Rule a little bit too overzealous there. Gradster's looking for in the midfield pass. I like the dish idea there. Is JF Machine now trying to find a nice double touch there off the ceiling, but it rolls down instead of bouncing. Rule up quickly, soft touch there off the back for JF Machine. There's no one home this time. You got it this time. Finally bangs it home. Gets the Hattie. Able to get it. You know what it was, Lars? This is JF Machine's game to get a Hattie, and so Gradster was making sure they didn't score on the kickoff.
Exactly. You need to share the love. You don't want to take that away from your teammate. But a great pass play here, getting all three involved. Gradster out of the corner, Rule off the back wall, leaves that net wide open for JF Machine, and JF Machine very happy to take advantage of it. Allows this to go out to 2, and now later in the game, a lot of pressure on FSU to bring this one back.
Lars, it's tic-tac-toe. We just need Gradster to get a third save here, and they have 3 goals, 3 assists, 3 saves. That is the Giga Brain play. 200 IQ here from NKU Esports. Now they just have to set it up. Here is Rule putting the pressure back on. Adrian clearing it out. The ball just kind of floating at midfield. Gradster flipping for joy. A little bit caught there awkwardly as JF Machine has to push this one back out. Manny caught, able to dig that one out. A very dangerous touch back to their own half here. Now the Bulldogs on this defensive half. That's where they've been a lot, but they certainly are not comfortable here. Rule putting it in the corner. You need to be careful here as he's able to get it past 1, get it past 2 there, but Manny denying it. No, Rule and Manny just kind of fighting for it in midfield. I wanted a quick turnaround there. Now it's up to Adrian looking midfield. Has Hyannia a little bit too slow to the ball, though, so now 5-4. I think this is how this is going to fall, and I think they're going to take game 3 here as it gets to 1. Gradster letting it drop, and that's how this one's going to end.
Wow. The pace finally slows down a little bit. NKU settling in, and we don't quite get the tic-tac-toe that you asked for, though, to be fair, had they picked up that save, they would have moved up on the leaderboard. It would have screwed up the whole layout. We really need to see a kind of an interesting series of events to make that happen. But interesting series of events is really the story for this series. Interesting. Maybe it's an unfortunate series of events.
I think it's a series of wonderful events, Lars, and that is why we've been here to watch them and just enjoy them. And I think there's always weird looks at how you look at playoff ball, and technically this is a team that could probably get 3rd seed still. It's up to them to take it away. And so FSU doing a great job of playing the spoiler, and they have forced game 4. Now it's up to them to force the game 5. Like I asked them to do, we're getting the server reset, so a little bit of a change of pace here for them. They got the better of them last time, and that was because of the reset from Rule, I think, that helped spark it. You said they didn't take it and run with it. Yeah, they took it and walked away with it about 5 yards and gave it right back at the end. So now it's like, who wants to take this match here, Lars?
Yeah, come out swinging, slug away. Just lead with a haymaker. Don't get caught with your chin exposed, but lead with a haymaker. Walk out there, establish dominance in the ring, hit that haymaker, drop him in T-pose right in the center.
I was waiting for it. Well, Lars, I have to ask you a very important question. What is the equivalent of a double knockout in Rocket League? Is that a double demo? Like what?
I'm gonna go with the sweep. So we're already out of that territory.
Yep, we're out.
But that doesn't mean we don't get to see exciting Rocket League going forward. No. It's already been exciting. I've obviously been having tons of fun. There's not a whole lot to say as time goes forward beyond kind of what we've already said. It comes down to not allowing those defensive errors, taking advantage of when your opponent makes them, which, to the credit of these teams, we've definitely seen a downtrend in the number of defensive miscues, a little bit of a pickup in offensive miscues in a couple of these scenarios. not quite able to take advantage of some opportunities that have shown up. But this is settling into a little bit more stable game of Rocket League, and it'll be very interesting to see how that plays out between these two teams as time goes forward.
Yeah, I guess it's technically more stable, but you know, right now it's up to Gradster and company to kind of pick it around. It's kind of like, oh no, this is not going to go in right. JF Machine just picking off immediately where they left off. That is the stability you talked about, Lars, striking early.
Hey, I want to hear about stables. See what I did there? That's a great start for NKU. JF Machine tucks that one right up into that top slot and is able to get the lead for NKU. Before we run away with this stable joke, leave the door to that open and let the horses out to run. I'm shutting it down. I'm moving on. We're focusing on Rocket League.
See, right now, the Bulldogs just have to get something going as they're trying to just press hard here on NKU, but they can't get it past this defense. Rule now looking for something here. A nice try to get on the flip reset. Just going to let it drop, though. Got past one. Manny, though, denying it this time. JF Machine waiting for it now. A nice touch there. Okay. Yeah. Hynea scores.
Manny. Great control down the side wall. JF Machine does everything they can. They had two options there, and neither of them were great. Try to kill that along the back wall or punch it across with so much speed that it can't be caught. But all three of the players out of FSU were committed on that attack. That gets in front of the net. They will find a way to score. As Hynea proves out here. Rule, what a redirect on net off that wall. It's a beautiful shot, but it's just touched away by FSU. Keeps this scoreline tied up as we get down to 60 seconds gone.
Lars, a bit of a fatherly figure. There was Rule just kind of kissing that ball and trying to tuck it away, but it is not bedtime yet. Unfortunately, now Rule in the corner has to get it past Manny, denying that one, though, as now the Bulldogs trying to get a counterattack on now right. It's up to Gradster. You got to wonder what the idea here is. Adrian pushing it hard, jumping off the ceiling. The bump attempt there coming from Hynea. You like to see it. Gradster throwing it high, looking for Rule. A nice 50 there. It's going to bounce technically in. JF Machine has to get the big boy saved there and deny that quick turnaround to break the tie.
So far, NKU struggling to get everybody involved here. It's a little bit dominated by JF Machine. It's been kind of the offensive powerhouse here, taking advantage of that big goal. I'd like to see them get a little more stable, get some pass plays, some infield pass plays. Here's an opportunity, though, with the waterfall. That's off the crossbar. Bounces a couple times. Adrian misses the clear. Hynea and pitches. It's still in front of the net. Gradster off the back wall. And finally, we see that one cleared away. Wow, what an opportunity. Just doesn't quite find a way to finish it. There's another one behind Hynea. Takes it away.
Well, the ball's still on here. Gradster looking for the shot, but Manny, I think, is thankfully going to end this offensive assault right now. The onslaught just relentless here as NKU peppering the backboard, peppering the net, making them work for every save. Hynea able to get the save. This is a quick turnaround. Manny should get the goal here. He will. There will not be the open net whiff, and FSU take 2-1 lead.
A great little turn here. Hynea touches that one just past, and Manny with the big demo to take away that third defender. Turns upfield, touches that one home. There's nobody left in a nice little poof at the end to finish it off. Kind of fitting for how that developed. Now FSU in the lead. NKU needs to score twice now to take this, and a JF Machine. Every time they score, it's just immediately answered if I'm on the call.
Not only is it immediately answered, it's immediately answered by JF Machine on these kickoffs. I don't know what's happening, but JF Machine kickoffs 2 OP. They just released the patch. I thought they nerfed this, but I guess not right now. And the quick strikes have tied this game right under halftime here. Hynea, please be careful because Rule is looking to yam on you there. Unable to get it going. Now it's up to Rule. I like the backflip here. Is now JF Machine up. He is dangerous in the air. The soft touch trying to tuck it in. A beautiful pass down for Gradster. The ball's there. Manny able to get the save and deny it this time.
Wow, that was a flip reset attempt that ends up working out nicely to put that one right on the bar. There it is. That's an opportunity into the corner. Hynea extending this lead back out to 1.
My heart, Lars. This ball is just going all over the field, in and out of nets, and Hynea able to just beat JF Machine enough in that top left corner and bury it, and FSU get back in front again.
I think baby aspirin is what helps with what we have going on here. Rule gets the flip reset, tries to get that one passed down. That's something we've seen. Oh my God, Manny. Okay, it's just off. Hyanea isn't able to get there. JF Machine touches it away. This is still back in front of the net. Rule touches this upfield in a scramble. A nice wide rotation out of basically everybody. Really opens up the field for a second here. I don't even know what I was saying. I don't even know what I was saying. Manny puts that one all the way down. JF Machine looking to touch that one on. Oh my goodness.
Well, right now, you talked about everyone got away from it. I think they all just needed a moment to take a breath, like we do sometimes. And now Rule trying to find that pinch off the ground, not able to get it to go here. Grazder with a nice 50 there. Hyanea bump for his troubles by Rule. Finding ways to get involved that's not on the ball. Very good stuff here from the NKU eSport player. Rule now in the corner, needs to get something going. Nice pass. Minnie's got Grazder in the air quickly. That soft touch, that slow change of pace, sneaking it under. Beautiful to tie this up.
Having this ability to vary the pace of play is so critical here. You start to speed up and ratchet up that gameplay, and you start to dive across the field, and you expect players to be in a certain place at a certain time, and that ball to just get banged down the field, and then all of a sudden, you just throw on the brakes, you slow it down, and you watch your opponent dive across the front of the net. An own goal from Hyanea gives JF Machine the hat trick.
A wise man once said we take those, and I won't argue with that. They take those very much, and FSU is very much kicking themselves in the foot. This is a game they need to force Game 5, and JF Machine getting another Hattie here, trying to put this one away. I really just don't know how to say this right now. FSU is trying what they can. Manny looking off the backboard, a soft touch. He's got Hyanea, who's going to find it again. You're kidding me, Hyanea. You keep creating these off the backboard. What is this?
Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. I love this. I love it. I love it. I love the way you pass the ball off the backboard to get it there, and Hyanea does too. Hyanea is such a clutch player right now, but it isn't that 2-second goal to force the overtime. There's plenty of time left to see more goals on this scoreboard. Sent all the way back down the other way. These teams in a scramble now to put this one away in regulation.
It looked like a replay, Lars. It was almost the perfect pitch off the same part of the wall, and then there's the beautiful read there. You talk about it, there was 40 extra seconds on the clock this time, but that was a very important goal. Hyanea now trying to be that much, therefore Manny, soft touch, no, not going to get it. JF Machine baited, though. So now Grazder up to Rule. Huh?
The softest of touches, the zero touch. Hyanea on the backboard. No, no! That was the game! That was the game right there, and unfortunately they miss it. We will not quite see overtime just yet. One more.
What are you doing?
Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. Dangerous. JF Machine just does it. Oh, it's the fake. It's the fake. Grazder out to the wall, but it's not enough power. Oh, my.
Right now you have Rule putting the pressure back on Grazder. Slow play to OP, but read out by Hyanea. Hyanea looking midfield. Rule turns around, tries to put it on, but not able to get it there. A bit of a spawn bump there, not what you want to see. Adrian, very low boost, a nice touch by Hyanea. The pressure now starting to build. Adrian tries to get a redirect. Manny 50ing there. Now they have Hyanea waiting at midfield. A nice read here, has to get it past Grazder. Ooh, the slow play. You want to see more there, but not enough. Now JF Machine in the corner, a nice touch out, a little bit of a team bump there as these guys are starting to feel the pressure as we get to a minute here in overtime. No way. Okay, thank you, Adrian. Well, now JF
Deep
Machine,
breath. Deep
nice, yes, very much so indeed. Lars, how do we break this stalemate?
It's going to come down to one moment. Hyanea plays this one up. If I am FSU, I'm looking for that backboard pass. I'm looking for Hyanea to come in clutch of a pass from Adrian or Manny. But here's a pass from Adrian to the center. It's in front of their own net. Touchdown, slow touch. Hyanea all the time in the world to scoop it back up. Now back the other way. And Rule on the scramble to get there. Oh, my goodness. Oh.
Manny!
Oh, there it is.
Yes! They're gonna do it, Lars! Game 5, we're gonna get it! So excited! Oh, the miscue, the mis-over-rotation, Manny taking advantage of it, the OT stealer from the Bulldogs, and they're gonna force Game 5.
Game 5, FSU versus NKU. Between these two teams, it has been a battle. Round 1, round 2, round 3, round 4, just back and forth between these two teams. As time goes on, it comes down to who manages to edge out that last little itty-bitty bit. 2 overtimes just secured. Hyanita put us in those overtimes both times, and now Manny finishes.
Lars, there's a simple statement. Right now, both of these teams have shown different places of being good. You see this NKU Esports jump out to early leads, and then you see the ice in the veins here from this FSU Bulldog team. Their record does not define them. They want this series to define them, Lars. I am so excited. It's game 5. Oh my goodness gracious.
I don't think there's much else to be said at this point, honestly. We have seen the good, the bad, the ugly, the weird, the creative, the imaginative, everything up and down this field. And as these teams have slugged it out for 4 rounds now, we get ready to hit that first bell as round 5 starts, the final round of this heavyweight bout that we have seen, this slugfest between the teams. And at the end of the day, Foof, no matter what the outcome, it's been a pleasure casting with you.
Well, I got to tell you, it's game 5, so we got to be feeling comfortable. You got to be get going mode here, and so I'm very excited. Both of these teams are going to get excited, so we're getting loaded in. I'm so excited here. We need to start turning it up. You got to start turning that volume if you're both of those teams, and you also need to start being more consistent. So now you wonder who's going to try and make that hero play. Is it going to be Hyanita? Is it going to be Manny finding those passes off the backboard? I cannot wait for it, Lars.
Oh my goodness. On the other side, NKU has done so well this season. They've been such a solid team. They have had a great season up to this point. They've got the staying power. They have been in this for so long. They have that ability to take this one all the way through. One more. Give me game 5. 5 minutes on the clock. Rolling Adrian on the kickoff, and here we go, Lars. JF Machine trying to get to work early, but not able to get it this time. Hyanita now out for Manny, slowing this ball down, just kind of getting it under control as Gradzer pushes it off the ceiling. Hyanita, though, switching it back and forth, trying to get a little bit of feel out. Hyanita with a quick chance here, but JF Machine denies it early. Quick job here by Adrian. A good 50 there. Now we got a 2-on-1, but Adrian can't get to it, so Gradzer collecting this one. Now looking down, trying to pinch it. I like the idea here, but loses control. That means all 3 players from Fresno get a chance here. Manny now off the backboard, trying to read JF Machine. Good job. Now it's up to Hyanita. 50 boost. You need to find something here. A little bit too overzealous. Adrian, the fake, the bump on Rule. A big play there, but Manny able to be back in time. In contrast to game 4, in for what looks to be a lower scoring affair. 50 seconds gone, and no one's found the back of the net yet. Game 4 being just an absolute track meet back and forth between these two teams. Great control out of Manny, but 1v2, it's just not quite enough. Oh boy, you said everything there is to say about these teams. I'm at a loss.
Well, you know who's not at a loss? Either of these teams, because it's game 5, Lars. They're both 2-2. They both want to get the dub here as JF Machine winning a big 50 there. Gradster off the backboard. Rule a little bit too far up, so JF Machine has to collect this one. Hyanita 50ing, but a good job. Manny's on it quickly. Slow play, slowing it back down, trying to shift it back down into a more comfortable pace. A nice redirect attempt there, but Adrian has to save it off of that touch from Gradster. Now JF Machine, the striker, the man of the match for NKU, trying to set it up for them, but not able to get it going here. Now Manny with a quick opportunity off the backboard, slowing it down, looking for Adrian, who's going to find it to strike first here in game 5.
Adrian! Manny, of course, who else but Manny to make the pass out of the back wall, out of the corner, here to center that one up. But for once, it's not Hyanita flying in to read that pass. It is Adrian to finish it off. FSU takes the lead. Almost 2 minutes gone here in Game 5 decider between these two teams.
The Bulldogs are knocking on another series door win as Hyanita looks for it. This time, JF Machine getting a big save and a savior medal there. Now you see the relentless pressure from FSU finally start to break after a big-time save there. Rule looking for it, has another touch, but Manny denies it. Who else but Manny, Lars?
Manny. Said that name so many times here. At the end of the series, as we're looking over at our broadcast source, we have to pick a player that is our standout player of the series. And at this point, who could it be? You've got Adrian with the feeds, with the presence. You've got Manny with the passes and the defensive effort. You've got Hyania with the clutch play. You've got JF Machine that just does not stop scoring. Oh my goodness, who is it? What is going to be the difference maker in this series?
Well, right now, Hyania and company protecting a 1-goal lead is Rule, putting it in the corner. You need to be careful here. Adrian up to Manny, a nice touch, keeping it in the corner. Manny putting it back down. He's got Adrian. Adrian keeping control here. Manny going for the demo. Rule has to get up. Great job by them. Now he's got JF Machine, the striker there, looking for the shot. Rule trying to go for the demo. Can't get it. Rule in the corner, throwing it high. There's no one there waiting for it. Adrian pushing it back. Now it's up to Rule and JF Machine. A nice touch there. It's awkward, actually, now. Hyania off the backward. They have a third coming up. Adrian too overzealous, not able to get to it. Now it's Rule at midfield. It's slowing back down here, Lars. 2 quick shots, 2 quick misses there from both teams. They had a chance each way.
Time has flown. It blows my mind. We're already down within that. Oh my goodness, within spitting distance of that 90-second mark. It doesn't feel like we've been playing for 3.5 minutes already because it's been so fast back and forth. And you know, time flies when you're having fun. Into the corner, Hyania trying to get that feed. Adrian with a demo.
Doing
but
one.
They don't quite find it. Manny, great recognition to return back on defense, recognizing that just wasn't going to happen.
Now Manny looking for something off the backward. He's got Adrian, who's going to the left side, but the bar down won't find it. Hyania up, soft touchdown, bouncing back. Now it's up the JF Machine. No boost, but maybe no problem. He's got one more to beat Manny. A solid 50, rolls there, but he can't get to it. Gradster turns away, a little bit of miscommunication. Now FSU, the Bulldogs on the counterattack. Adrian slowing it down, looking for something off the backward, a soft touch. He needs another one, a nice touchdown, but Rule denies that one quickly. Manny throwing it back out. JF Machine has to get here quickly. Hyania, though, winning that 50 again. The Bulldogs smell the blood in the water. They want to take this one home here, Lars.
1 goal separates these teams as we get well within that final minute. And NKU needs to find a way to get this one into the net to even force the overtime. A Game 5 overtime. I just can't do it. Can't do it. My heart can't handle it. There's not enough baby aspirin in the world. But they need to find one here. Now just 20 seconds remain, and FSU is pedal to the metal.
Rule. Oh, a beautiful touch there. Gradster had a chance. Rule throwing it off the backward. Rule, though, trying to make up for it. That's going to be floating around. Now Gradster has to turn it back around. Low boost here for this NKU squad. They want to fight for it. They're trying to win their third here. Now JF Machine has Rule. He's got to read here. Adrian waiting us. Now a team bump. No, you don't want to see it. FSU, they're going to take it home, Lars. The Bulldogs do it. 2-7, they do it.
FSU. What a showing. All I have to say is I am but a small man in the presence of giants between these teams. What a showing we have seen between these teams. The Game 5 decider was too much hype. Wow.
It's as chat says, you just have to spam the frog for the Fresno Bulldogs, and they pull it out. I asked for them to go to Game 5. They end up doing it, and Lars, they say, I will do you one better. We will take it away from NKU. We will force them to Game 5, and we will put that nail in the coffin, the dagger in the heart of NKU Esports. Adrian holding on to that one.
FSU finishes the season 2-7, but on a banger of an ending. What a way to walk away from this season with NECC, and I can't wait to see them next season. Unfortunately, that is the end of the road for them. They do get to play spoiler for NKU. NKU will be moving on to the playoffs, but they're going to have a tough start in that playoff bracket because of this spoiler matchup. Wow, credit to everybody involved. That is it for me. Foof, I think you're staring around for another one because there is another one. Even on the back of all of this hype, we have more Rocket League action to bring you. Coming up after a short intermission, JWU Blue versus Champlin. You're not going to want to miss it. Stick around. We'll be right back. Have a good night. I'm out. I'm done.
Hey man, I just can't find a comfortable headset. I mean, I've tried everything. Literally everything.
Sheesh, my brother. I got you.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
That is comfortable.